Hello everybody! If you like the axolotls or you would like to choose an axolotl color before buying your animal, so this video is made for you. I will go to present all interesting colors and that you can find more or less easily. I will classify these colors from the most common to the rarest. First of all, we have the white type, also named classics in pet shops. It's the original color of axolotls. It's a little the color by default. Any axolotl of any color can engender wild-type larvae. Then, certainly the color the most famous, the Leucistic. That is so white with black eyes and which isn't albino as some salesmen or novices describe it. This color dates back to the first imports of axolotls, from which all the axolotls that live in our fishing descend. All Leucistic axolotls have a mutual ancestor, which was one of those few imported animals. The albino among the axolotl isn't white as many people think, but yellow. Another mutation is needed to make it white. It is most commonly named gold. In mammals, the albinos are white because we got just a pigment of skin on hair color, which is a black pigment. And as the albino haven't black, so the albino mammals looks white. This color would come from a cross between a cousin of the axolotl albino and an axolotl. Thus, all the albino axolotls are very dilated hybrids. The white albino is consequently an all-white albino. Sometimes it's difficult to make a difference entre a white albino and a very light gold. There are various types. There are some with shiny eyes and which are called Leucistic, and others with red eyes which are axanthic gold, but it's a detail. The Melanic, Melanistic or Melanoïd is an animal that is completely black with no shiny eyes and like most of the colors. The gold Melanoïd is therefore albino. The body is white but it has got yellow spots. Repeatedly, the spots disappear unfortunately with the time, and according to its nourishment, it can be colored with a slight yellow tint. The copper is an animal with a cookie color. It looks like two white types, but it's more light. In Europe, this color would come from perhaps to Germany. Its origins are rather vague. The melanoid copper is an animal with a chocolate color without shiny eyes. The axanthic is an animal dark gray with white type pattern and also without shiny eyes. This color has long gone unnoticed because of its similarity to the melanics. Finally, the axanthic copper is a new color. The animal is white with bright brown white type pattern. This color has existed for some time, but the people who had it didn't know it was a new color and they confused it with the copper color and sometimes called it lavender. It exists other colors, but they are really special. The harlequin is a leucistic with very big black spots. Some people found them in few pet shops, but didn't succeed to reproduce the color for now. In USA, a person succeeded to reproduce the color with the name of tuxedo, but the animals are often for the purchase sold by auction and the price often reaches over $215. It exists another category which are in fact hybrids with a species of an axolotl's cousin. These animals give us the impression they have ashes on the back. The Chimera is an animal with a side of a color and the other side of another color. In reality, from a genetic point, it's for some of them mosaics, but as we know that recently, the name of Chimera remained. It is a rather unusual color, and unless found in laying, it is unlikely to have any, the breeders preferring keep them when they have one. The mosaic is an animal having two colors or more mixed. The patterns are very inconstant between individuals. In fact, it results in one or more mutations during the embryonic stage, which will give various cell populations, hence the different colors. This isn't a transmittable color, but we realized that some lines produce more than others. And there too, as for the Chimera, few breeders sell their animals. When there is a sale, the animal is often sold very expensive. The firefly have the tail of the color and the body of another color. At the genetic level, it's a chimera because it possesses two different cell populations with two different genetic codes. Most of the time, we merge a tail with a color and a body with another color when the animal is still an embryo. There is some of them on sale in USA. Then, a color that I think, the first to describe because despite years of digging on the internet, I found no document that describe it. It's a color that we call gold non-albino, silver eyes, also gold black. The animal is yellow with really very shiny eyes. It also usually has some black spots on the tail. They are so in Melanic or in Leucistic. Unfortunately, many don't reach adulthood or they are sterile. It's for this reason the color didn't spread. Finally, I would like to speak about GFP axolotls. GFP means green fluorescent protein. So the GFP axolotls are fluorescent under dark light. It exists in all the colors as Lucy, Axanthic Copper, Albino, etc. In Europe it exists too, but it isn't well tolerated because it's a OGM. This color was created by scientists to study mainly the regeneration of the axolotls. Some animals have been released of laboratories and the color pleased to the public.